Now Japan Tanaw kan mananawag sumayluwag kanino po Hanalit ko John katayo bukan nagoy ko Tabang katunajugo Hanalit ko John katayo bukan nagoy ko Good evening, everyone in the Philippines and friends in neighboring countries. And good morning to you across the world. My name is Grace Nono in the Philippines. Born and raised in Agusan, del Norte, and del Sur, respectively, to a Camiguinan mother and an Ilocano father. So I am a daughter of North and South. I am here to contribute my voice to efforts to provide comfort, energy, prayer, and hope to a world shaken up because of the pandemic that we are currently facing. I'm grateful for Bayanihan Musikahan for providing a platform for private citizens, artists in particular like myself, to help raise funds for the needs of our frontliners and vulnerable communities. As I speak, we have ground coordinators looking for specific indigenous communities in need in Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. We have Lucy Rico in Agusan, Mirna Pula in South Cotabato. We have Jesus Ensilada in Iloilo, Jocelyn Lobacon in Kalinga, and several others, identifying folks who could really make use of your help through your generous donations. So please do donate to this effort so we can help extend lives, lives that are badly hit by the lockdowns and the pandemic. What am I going to do tonight or today, wherever you are? I am going to be singing 8 prayer chants, Philippine prayer chants, from 8 Philippine languages. These chants reference the relationships between humans and lands and waters and ancestors, with implications for our global ecological situation. These chants were taught to me by various elders in different parts of the Philippines, some of them strictly indigenous and others integrating their indigenous practices with elements of Christianity or Islam. So there is a kind of a dialogue in the repertoire that I am going to be singing tonight. For more information about me and what I do, please visit gracenono.com and Tao Foundation, ph.org, to find out more about what we do. So I welcome you all. I am an artist under the conditions of the lockdown, so I am doing this at home. It is a makeshift situation, so I ask for your understanding with whatever technical challenges we might arise. I hope none, but just in case. Thank you so much for coming to listen. And please do let us know where you're listening from, and invite friends to listen and to give, to make generous gifts for those of us who are in need. Thank you. That first chant called Panangpit or Panawagtawag is an Agusan-Manobo prayer that was taught to me by an Agusan-Manobo elder named Angela Placido in Sibagat, Agusan del Sur, the wife of the late DATU Salvador Placido, a Bailan or shaman. Angela is now old and she has difficulty with hearing, but she continues to chant. I visited her a number of months ago. That's Angela on the left, and that's Datu Yadup on the right. I was also able to reach Datu Yadup's niece, Maniaguya Lucy Rico, in Esperanza, Agusan del Sur, to ask about the situation on the ground. And she said that when the lockdowns first started, the people who have lands just returned immediately to their farms. And this is a very good development. However, according to Lucy, looking at her constituents, she can also see a palpable need among those who do not have lands, or those who have many children, those who are elderly, those who are in the transportation and the construction sectors who have been closed down because of the lockdowns. They are very much in need, and it is these groups of people who we are really needing to help through this effort. So thank you in advance for giving for our brothers and sisters who need our help. I asked by Lucy, who by the way lives in what is called an indigenous community conservation area, or ancestral domain that is inhabited by groups who have proven themselves to be effective conservers and protectors of the environment that they consider sacred, and the guarantor of the survival of future generations, not only indigenous, but all our future generations. That is how important indigenous peoples are to our planet and to the survival of humanity. I asked Lucy if she thinks singing the Panangpit at this moment is appropriate, and this is what she said translated into English. She said, "In my mind, it will be good for you to sing Panangpit because it is a prayer and a plea for help. Hopefully it inspires the tribes of the different nations to also share their prayers. May the teachings of the ancestors guide us and their messages provide us with hope during this crisis." So thank you so much, Lucy, for your messages, and especially to Angela for teaching me Panangpit 20 years ago. So friends, we are at this point with Panangpit in northeastern Mindanao, and we are about to move to northern Mindanao for this next chant. Ingloy kuso Tunay ba sa lahat nagsuwa na masandig sa undaruma na dahas ka ay baulay ka ay suwapo sa madyawarin pahanan sa palindan ay nahayahan yan nanantika sa kadyawarin balahan sa dulang na sinudahan Marigo kailing na marigayat lahat sa mayahat ng sumahay suwat na sang uminuhurahan talakwa at sabagi sugahan kuwanayat gagiyang sa imududugan ay pulapan nanuminaw sa bahan yan kahit alaman sa huyuyu ayapan sa ay nalaman ang suhuli biglaan ang saguluhan Marigo kailing sa mga laban magsipok kapalikayanan sabi sa pagsikabudan hiligabun sa siguro bigsulan buhok natin mong buhok sa usto bigmasian That, my friends, was Pangulawit, a chant in the Talaandig language that was taught to me 20 years ago by a wise chief, Talaandig chief, DATU MIGKETAY Victorino SAWAY. DATU MIGKETAY has been very busy these past few years together with other tribal leaders in Bukidnon with their food security campaign, planting 1,000,001 lutia plants in their ancestral domain in an effort to end hunger among their tribes. And this truly is a model for us to emulate so that we do not become vulnerable to crisis such as that we are facing right now. At the same time, when I was talking to Dr. Vic, he told me more about the context of the creation of this chant, Pangulawit. And he said that this context was the worsening divisions, conflicts within the tribal communities because of the forces, external forces that have come in to divide the peoples, so that they no longer listen to their traditional leaders. So this song, PANANGPIT, is a remembering of the time when the communities were still together, as well as a prayer for such state to come back among the tribal communities. I was able to reach Datu Vic, Datu MIGKETAY, to ask for his message for us during this pandemic. And this is what he said. He said, and again, this is my English translation. He said, we were born matter and spirit. Once we pass on, we become pure spirits, able to assist and provide guidance to humans who are blanketed by material needs. We can become guardians as well as teachers of future generations, translating for them the true meaning of life. The problem, however, is that most people today, including the Bailans or the native priests and priestesses, have lost their connection to ancestral guides. They have also not given much importance to where we are going. We need to know what world we are moving towards to avoid losing our way. Without this knowing, we cannot possess the true meaning of a complete existence. So thank you so much, Datu Vic, for your profound message for all of us and for teaching to me Pangulawit 20 years ago, Pangulawit that was actually composed by your late father, Datu Kinulintang, also a chief of the Talaandig people. Thank you so much. So friends, we are now in northern Mindanao and we are moving south to the southern part of Mindanao for this next chant. That was Odwata HOLI KEMUDUNG, a prayer chant in the Tiboli language that was taught to me 20 years ago by a beautiful epic chanter and medicine woman, MENDUNG SABAL. MENDUNG passed away in 2009, but I continued to work with her cousin, Mirna Pula, a Tiboli elder. And I asked her more about the chant, Odwata HOLI KEMUDUNG. And she said that this chant was created because of the continued loss of the tribal lands among the Tiboli people to settlers and to business interests, contributing to their sense of dispossession and disempowerment. And so this chant, HOLI KEMUDUNG, a prayer to Duata, the creator, for the God-given resources of the Tiboli people to come back to them, to be returned to them. I also asked Mirna about the situation in Tiboli communities, and she said, we are safer from the virus, but we could starve due to the lockdown because few Tiboli have farms, the lands in the hands of lowlanders. She also said that we must take every opportunity to join together as one single indigenous voice, calling out the sky above earth to aid us to ensure our existence into the future. Mirna has a much longer message that I will be posting in the comments section of the live stream, so you can really read her powerful words. She also said to me, by singing Odwata HOLI KEMUDUNG at this time, that I shall maybe open the eyes of people. So thank you so much, Mirna, for your important message, and to MENDUNG SABAL especially for teaching to me Odwata HOLI KEMUDUNG 20 years ago. And now, friends, we are in southern Mindanao, right? We are moving to another part of southern Mindanao, from a lake to a mountain, with this next chant. We see the That was TEGROL, a prayer chant in the Blaan language, taught to me by a young Blaan woman named ELIA CAPEON, together with 3 of her women elders, Legla, Lalinia, and Mata. I visited all of them a number of months ago on Mount Atmuruk, Sarangani. And I joined them in singing the TEGROL as soon as we arrived, to pay respects to the Blaan ancestors and to the sacred mountain that had been threatened with mining and plantations, and with, I heard somebody who wants to build a swimming pool on the sacred mountain. I asked ELIA, I reached her to ask if singing the TEGROL may be appropriate at this time. And she said, yes, you may sing the TEGROL whenever there is a need for prayer. So thank you so much, ELIA, and to your elders, Legla, Lalinia, and Mata, for teaching to me the TEGROL, and for allowing me to sing this and to share this to everybody. Thank you so much. And so, friends, we have all this time been in mainland Mindanao, and now we are moving to an island at the tip of the Mindanao cluster of islands for this next chant. That, my friends, was Lugo. a prayer chant in the Sama language taught to me around 14 years ago by Sama singer and healer TAALAO MANANDAO, also called TARSI, but by many of his friends. TARSI, a Muslim Filipino, passed on in 2016. So I was not able to ask him for a message for us, but I was able to reach his son, Waldemar, who said, though there's no one infected in their area, they are still having difficulties because of the lockdown. I was also able to reach Tarsi's fellow Muslim Filipino teacher, Aga Mayu Butokan, a master and a teacher of the Kulintang, to ask her if she can please send a message for everyone during this difficult time. Teacher Aga has a lengthy message that I am posting in the comment page, but I am reading an excerpt that was translated. This is what she said. Everyone is a victim of the virus, not just those infected by it. The frontliners are the heroes who face it, ready to be infected at any time. The rest of us are imprisoned by our homes' four walls, not knowing when we will be released. That is Teacher Aga on the picture. And when the quarantine is over, we will ask ourselves, are we really going to be safe? To me, our weapon is our faith and the knowledge of right and wrong. The health crisis, in my opinion, according to Teacher Aga, is a sign that we should get back to following God's laws, to being kind to our fellow beings, to be humble, patient, and generous. Thank you so much, Teacher Aga, for your message and reminder to all of us, and also to Tarsi, wherever you are, Tarsi, peace be with you, for teaching to me Lugo 14 years ago. So now we are ready to leave Mindanao for an island in the Visayas with this next chant.
Si tubod pag-ay-kasaan siya'y utang-na.
That was OYMAN, that also translates to song in the Tagbanua language. That was a prayer that was taught to me by DOLIT, GLORIA EMAG, a Tagbanua healer, together with her two sisters, Saling, Nang, also a healer, and their other sister, their elder sister, Ninitalasting Ababalyan, or shaman. They taught this to me around 14 years ago. And I was able to reach Dolit to ask for her message to all of us during this pandemic. And this is what she said. Again, all the elders' messages I will be posting at the comment section, so you can refer to them later on, but those will be in the vernacular, their own words. Here's what she said. To the different tribes that each have knowledge, let us help each other. To the frontliners, my heartfelt gratitude for protecting our people, for your sacrifices for our country. May you be given strength and guidance by the Creator. She also said, for all of us, let us not be afraid. Let us have faith that all this is temporary and that this trial will yet come to pass. So thank you so much, Minan Dolit, and your sisters, Minan Saling and Minan Ninita, both of whom have passed on, for teaching me OYMAN so that I can share it to our viewers around the world. Thank you so much. And now, friends, I would like to apologize to other friends in the Visayan Islands that this is my only chant from the Visayas. Our time is quite limited, and also I'm still learning the other chant that was taught to me by another elder in another island in the Visayas. So hopefully in the future. So we are now ready to move to Luzon, and we will start in the southern part of Luzon for this next prayer.
Ay, krus na ito, hanggang ang hanapin isang tailanan, isang tailanan mapalahad na bihan. Kaya di makita pinanin ng mga taong palamahagsin. Ay, ang krus na ito, hanggang ay mabaon, mahigit na ngayon, mahigit na ngayon, vital po. Si Santa Elena nakapagdugtong, palibhasa'y siya ang hanap ko. Ay, ang krus na ito, Tunalalagay nasa altar mayor, nasa altar mayor na kay magbahawan. Ang taong naraan pinaghihimalan at kung may pagnanas sa may pinaroonan. Hay ang krus na ito, pagkarakay Diyos ang tinutungtungay sa pusong buhay. Ano ng karasan ang nakapagpako, kristal na linaw ang nagasasahod. Ay, ang krus na ito, ay, ang krus na ito, ay, ang krus na ito.
That was Awit sa Cruz, a devotional song in the Batangas-Tagalog language that was taught to me around 14 years ago by 5 Subli ritualists led by Camila Makibot, the one at the center of the picture. Camila passed on a number of years ago, but she is survived by her fellow Subli ritualists, led by Kasibring Cruzat, Kapeda di Mayuga, Kasami Makibot, and also Kabyang Escalona, who is the one singing this Awit sa Cruz, from whom I learned. I was able to reach Kasibring and Kabeda, and Kabeda has a really beautiful message for all of us. In poetic form, and I really encourage you to look at the comments section where I will be posting the elders' messages, so you can really get a feel of their words. I did translate an excerpt, and this is what she said. We Subli ritualists of Sinala, Bawan, Batangas have made a vow to the Holy Cross to ask for a miracle, just like in past calamities when we offered prayers and dances of the Subli together with pleas to be saved from the coronavirus that has infected people in many nations. Yesterday, the 3rd of May, was the feast of the Holy Cross of Bawan. We believe in the Holy Cross's blessing and miracle for our community when it was declared that the patients among us who have tested positive with the COVID-19 virus were declared negative. Long live the Holy Cross. Thank you so much, Kabeda, for your wonderful message, and also to Kasibring, who told me that he hopes that I will continue to be strong, and that he also hopes that we will see each other again soon. Thank you so much for your messages and for teaching to me Awit sa Cruz 14 years ago. And now, friends, as you can see, we are on a journey, and we are moving to northern Luzon for this next chant.
mansalikunan nga tiyan. Nasayan, nasayan, mansalikunan nga tiyan. Nasayan, nasayan, itsyong lang urnos niya kanya. Sinalabaw silpitahan. Dasayang, dasayang, sinalabaw silpitahan. Dasayang, dasayang, umutyan silin awa, Halloween awa with verse 1. Nasayang, nasayang, awa with verse 1. Nasayang, nasayang, itsyong kasim kanchakari, siyalat ng kachamani. Nasayang, nasayang, siyalat ng kachamani. Nasayang, 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 nasayang. That, my friends, was Dosayan, a prayer chant that was taught to me by a talented Kalinga musician named Arnel Banasan. I talked to Arnel a few days ago, and she said more about Dosayan. He said, what it means is to lean on. So if you are sitting down and you are sitting down to rest or to tell a story or to pray, then you are doing a Dosayan. In this context, however, Dosayan becomes the title of the song. Arnel learned Dosayan from her grandmothers. And when I asked him if he thinks Dosayan is appropriate for this time in human history, he said, yes, it is appropriate because of the words umuchanta silin awa, shower us with wellness or with well-being, with healing. So thank you so much, Arnel, for the gift of Dosayan, a powerful chant that you taught me around 20 years ago. Friends, this is the 8th prayer chant that I'm sharing with you tonight. I will be singing to you one English prayer chant after this. But before that, I would like to just thank you again for being here, for listening, and for giving you a gift so that we can help support communities badly affected by the lockdowns due to the pandemic. Again, we would like to thank our coordinators on the ground, led by, let's see who comes in the picture first. Dr. Rodora, this is Bayanihan Musikahan. Thanks to Bayanihan Musikahan for allowing us to do this to help our our kapwa, or our fellow beings to survive this crisis. I would like to thank especially our technical team, Jay and Martin Block, who have been really practicing with me again and again to make hopefully a successful live stream. Thank you so much. And also to the whole Bayanihan Musikahan team led by national artist Ryan Kayabyab. Thank you so much. As for the Tao Foundation for Culture and Arts, it will be coordinating receiving your donations so that these can be distributed to the groups in need. We have Dr. Rodora Toyong on the picture. She will be in charge of distributing the funds that will come from you. Many thanks again for your generous gifts. Dr. Rodora Toyong is from the Tao Foundation, and also another trustee of the Tao Foundation, Bae Luciana Rico, whose words we heard earlier. She will be taking care of finding groups in her area in Agusan, and also Bir Napula in South Cotabato. She too will be coordinating donations when these come. Thank you again. And also Jesus Ensilada in Iloilo for the Panay Bukidnon and Ati groups there. Thank you so much, Jesus. And this is Jocelyn Lobacon in Tanudan, Kalinga. Thank you, Manang. And that is Angeli Chi, and together with Miss Ajari, who will be coordinating donations for the Bajau communities in their area. And also, I'd like to thank to our partners around the world. That's Amadeo Giao, thank you, Amadeo. And also, that's the Tao Foundation for Culture and Arts. Thank you all, mga kahigalaan, mga kaubanan. And also that is Vince Salas. Thank you, Vince, my high school classmate. And this is Kathara. Thank you so much, mga kasama. And also this is, the next one is the Center for Babaylan Studies led by dear friend Lily Mendoza. Thank you so much for your partnership. And that is Kia Farms, who will be providing our beneficiaries with organic vegetable seeds to help with the medium-term coping strategies of the communities in need. Thank you so much. And I would also like to mention Father Joseph Audiencia in Zamboanga, Ronald Floro in Surigao, our Unitarian Universalist Professionals of Color and Drum, Ginhawa with Mini Gavino, Sinagtala with Martin Lopez, Mario Mapanao, and other friends who are just forwarding, sharing the live stream in their respective pages. Thank you so much. Daghang salamat kaayo kaninyong tanan. Maraming salamat po. And now I would like to share with you my English song. My English prayer song that is quite dear to me. Why sing in English? Well, I already know the goodness of my traditions now, contrary to what the colonizer said, that the indigenous traditions are bad and to be forgotten. And I proved all of that wrong. Our indigenous traditions are good and they have to be maintained and carried forward. And because of this, I can now appreciate better the traditions of others. Hence this song, this prayer that is quite close to me. Seeing Christ, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far. That grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me. His word, my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. And when this flesh and heart shall fail, and mortal life shall cease, I shall possess within the grave a life of joy and peace. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. My prayer is that those who have passed on find rest and peace. Those who are sick, including our Mother Earth, find healing. Those who are well become of service. I further pray that the cultures of political, economic, religious, gender, and other forms of domination be replaced by structures of compassion, mutuality, and respect. Maraming salamat po. Daghang salamat kaayo kaninyo. Thank you so much to everyone. I leave you my peace and my blessing.